Hello, welcome to game 2 of my big games match against HaloAndy. I'm currently up 1-0. Let's take a look at this kingdom. We've got Trashing with Raze, Church, Rats, Count. We've got Draw with Warrior, Menagerie. We've got Buy with Sacred Grove, Baron. We also have Draw with Squirrel. That's important. We have Games with Count, Baron, Sacred Grove, Rats, Bureaucrat, Treasure Hunter, Hero. Consistency is coming from Church, one supposes. Training, in theory, could go on. Not super clear what you put training on here. Plus buy is a little bit awkward, so like getting a whole bunch of pages and then having page labs doesn't seem great. But I guess I see the point. You take a couple of rats, and then you just squirrel them forever, and you slowly trash them with churches, right? So I assume they're going to open Rat's page in this line. How do I feel about that? You get the coin whenever you play a card from this pile, and the way the ways work, you should get the coin with training. So I guess your rats, once you have champion in play, your rats are just squirrels forever. You just play them as squirrels every time. You're a little bit sad that they're like dens of sin, basically. Maybe they're exactly dens of sin at that point. So I guess I am going to go Rat's page. You just have to be like a little bit careful early on. They could have squirreled that page, and they probably should have. I really want to see my page this turn. Squirrel. I wonder if they don't know how Squirrel with page works. Or they really wanted to draw to see their rats. So I've got 3. I would somewhat strongly consider taking a Church here. Church is a nice card to have. I could also consider getting another page and just running another page up the line. Warrior will trash your opponent's rats, which is nice. If you get that going. The Church just lets me thin a little bit faster, lets me set some stuff aside. The page lets me get another Traveler in the line, and that's also quite nice. The Raze, I guess you're raising rats, which doesn't seem to do a lot to me, but... So my choices here are Page, Raze, Church, I guess. Church is quite nice at setting up shuffles and setting stuff aside, so if you only get one Church, I can always play it as Way of the Squirrel if I don't want to set stuff aside. But here, here I don't want to trigger a shuffle, so yeah, I can set aside a bunch here, grab even like another Church. Probably play the Treasure Hunter as a Squirrel next turn, get my Warrior going, play 1 Rats next turn. So the question is what I'm doing with this turn. I'm probably just going to buy, I think now just a Raze seems fine. Could also go second Church to get one to the shuffle, but I think the Raze has some will have some spiky points, so I'm starting to see the appeal to that. I'm going to have my Warrior here. Yeah, if you can align Raze with Rats, it's great. If you are aligning it with Estates, it's okay. If you're aligning it with Coppers, it's obviously terrible. Yeah, so we're trashing an estate, and we're trashing another estate, and we're... How many cards did they gain last turn? 3. Yeah, 3 is too many cards. I don't want 3 cards. So I'm going to squirrel this with 4. I could consider getting a Menagerie. Menagerie is okay with Church. It's not great with Rats, and I've got a lot of Coppers in the deck. I've got Raze and stuff down there. I think I'll grab 1 Menagerie. If nothing else, it ends up being, again, a Menagerie or Church are what I'm considering. Or just another page. I only have 1 page. So the question is, do I want to use a page, run up a page for draw or for games or for what? And I don't think so. I think I will be using Sacred Grove for games. So I think Menagerie should be fine. It's slightly sad in mini draws, but here I'm certainly just going to play the Rats to start, play the Menagerie, and see where I can get to, and then decide what I'm going to do with the Church. or whatever else I draw. Okay, play that. Yeah, I'll just trash a copper here and Squirrel the warrior. The church is the next hand. Grab one more Menagerie, I think. Menageries are going to play really nicely in this next shuffle, depending on the exact details. What did my warrior do? It did not attack them because I used Way of the Squirrel. Ah, of course. I wonder if they missed the Way of the page the first time they played it. I played it as Way of the Squirrel and got +2 cards, and they didn't. I wonder if they missed that or if they were trying to draw into their rats to be able to play that. Yeah, so that the thing that I said happened. They played it as a draw card, and it trashed one of my rats, and it drew me a card. So that was quite nice of them. I will thank them for that. I'm actually okay with a lot of rats, but I can't, like, you have this awkward point where you have too many rats to get your champion into play, right? So that's like, you want to get your champion to play, and then the rats are all of a sudden amazing. You plop training on them, and there are a ton of coins. You grab some Sacred Groves, and vroom, vroom, vroom. Okay. This did not quite go the way I wanted it to. I guess I'm playing this rats as well. Okay, so Menagerie is going to draw 3. I'm thinking about churching 3 and drawing 3. I believe I'm going to draw, most likely going to draw 3 uniques. What is in my discard pile? Hero, a couple of coppers. So church 3. I think this is fine. Yeah, I was pretty sure this worked out the way I wanted it to. Gain a gold. And yeah, 3 is a slightly awkward price point next turn. You hope to get the champion into play, and then you can Squirrel all of these things. Strongly considering just like a silver here. Start ramping up the payload, but then again, I expect training on rats is going to get me all the payload that I need. So I guess a 3rd Menagerie is fine. Well, I'm going to need +buy. Yeah, I'm going to take the 3rd Menagerie. It feels a little bit lame, but we'll go with that. No chance of activating the Menageries here, I don't think, but we'll see. Going to trash some coppers to some coppers to start the turn. Rats, trash some coppers. Try to get the champion, and then I can start squirreling the rats. I have a gold and a silver in this deck, so I need to save 1 copper for buying training on rats this turn. And obviously you can only use half the rats every turn, and maybe I do need to grab another page to grab some silvers so I can make turn more rats into squirrels. Something like that. I could have played the hero as a squirrel, but yeah, I really wanted the gold to add the payload to the deck, so I've trashed most of my coppers. They have a hero now as well. We'll see if they're able to get to it this turn. They're trashing more rats than I would like in this situation. Because the rats are becoming, again, the rats are basically becoming dens of sin that give you +1 coin when you play them. So that's pretty nice to have. In fact, this turn might actually be Sacred Grove for me, not training yet, because I can't do anything with the +buy next turn. All right. Let's play 1 rat, see what happens. Play a Menagerie. Play a Menagerie. I really want to get to this champion, which I did. Okay, so I can just go ahead and play 3 of these. I don't see much reason not to. Got 6. And here I will buy the page. I do have a silver, so next turn will be Sacred Grove. Turn after that will be Treasure Hunter. Get some silvers, then potentially can also put training next turn. We'll see if they're able to get their champion down this turn. I believe I have quite a few more rats than they do, but we'll see. We'll see how that goes. The Raze is also just going to be a squirrel here, so I should be starting with drawing deck every turn here on out. They've trashed 4 rats. What is the moon's gift? It is look through my discard pile. I will take that. It does nothing. Mountain's gift I would have absolutely loved there. Okay, so I can, yeah, they seem to be ahead now. I missed some price points along the way. Oh, where did my silver go? What happened? Did they trash my silver several turns ago and I didn't notice it? This has all gone terribly wrong for me. I guess I just squirrel everything and feel really, really dumb. I could have sworn I had a silver in this deck. Huh. Could have sworn I had a silver in this deck. Wow. Okay, well, I'm losing this game now because of this, probably. Although, we'll see how many cards they gain here. I might, but, like, I have no plus buy. So I'll gain a ton of silvers, which is nice, and then I'll keep this treasure hunter. And then I'll buy a Sacred Grove, and I just need to buy Sacred Grove training or double Sacred Grove next turn, depending on how much money I have. I've got crazy amounts of draw, so draw is not an issue. 4 or 5. Yeah, one of these menageries should have been a silver. Obviously, if I'd realized, I thought I had a silver, and I clearly don't. So, all right, so play the treasure hunter, gain a silver. That's a little bit sad. Draw the silver, squirrel everything, buy a Sacred Grove, keep that. So basically every extra action card draws itself plus one other thing next turn. So I just have to watch out a little bit. And if I ever have extra buys for some reason, I will buy a copper. If I ever have extra gains, I will buy a copper. This could be interesting for like, this one's actually interesting to me. I will take this because I can discard Menagerie Silver and draw 3 with a Menagerie here. I think that works. Okay, they're still not drawing. They didn't draw a deck at least this turn. I assume next turn they'll draw a deck with this many squirrels. So, and they only got 1 Sacred Grove in play. I don't like the warrior. I like keeping the treasure hunter. So yeah, I assume this will be training on rats. And when I said rats is like Den of Sin, that gives you 1 coin. That's wrong. Rats is like I don't even know what to compare it to. It gives you +2 cards next turn. It gives you +1 coin this turn with training. So probably this turn though, I'm going to buy two Sacred Groves, and then next turn look to train. Depending on what boon I get with Sacred Grove, that may change. Okay, play all of these. Now play the Treasure Hunter. Now play the Menagerie for draw. Play the Sacred Grove, see what I get. Obviously that's quite nice. Okay, and I'm just taking 2 Sacred Groves here. Is there any thought to Baron? Not really. 2 Sacred Groves here and try to get the training down next turn. I'm going to keep the Treasure Hunter. So I've got an extra plus buy now. They've got more coins than me. Probably the Sacred Groves will run here. Yeah, I really screwed up by not buying a silver instead of one of those Menageries. I thought I had a silver at some point. Not quite sure. Definitely received that. I did buy a silver. And I gained a silver off of the Treasure Hunter. That was later. Yeah, I maybe just assumed I had a silver because I had a Treasure Hunter in the deck at some point, but never did. Like, I completely mistracked my deck there. I am most definitely going to receive this, and I am going to follow suit and take a Baron. I may consider churching 2 silvers here if I feel like drawing is going to be an issue. This treasure hunter may also be difficult to play this turn. Ramping up the plus buy, though, is quite nice because the amount of silvers I can gain in a turn after they've gained a bunch of silvers lets me do some stuff. They still have coppers to trash. Okay, so I would gain a crazy amount of silvers if I played a rats this turn, or if I played a treasure hunter this turn. So I may just not go ahead and not play that this turn. They're gonna have a slight difficulty drawing next turn, perhaps. I can count the gains they have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, they're gonna have 5 gains plus however many things they buy here. We're getting to pile out territory. We're decently close. The rats have run, depending on what they do with Sacred Groves. Estates can also go very, very quickly. I believe Field's Gift and Forest's Gift are coming up. Forest's Gift, unless they've already gotten Forest's Gift and I didn't notice because it didn't offer it to me. Doesn't look like it. So there is the possibility that this turn, like if they were to buy 3 Sacred Groves, there's a possibility that I can empty Sacred Groves. Rats and another pile, but maybe that's not super likely. It really depends on what boons we get. How many things do I have in the discard pile? I have a Baron. What do I have down there? Like a Baron and one other thing. A Baron and a Silver. So I'll probably just... So I could like set aside 2 things with Church and then play Menagerie to draw. Okay. I think I'm just going to lead on these Sacred Groves, though, and see what happens. Obviously, we take that one. Obviously, we don't take that one. There's nothing we want to trash that we wouldn't rather have a rat for. And we play that one. I think that order is fine. I'm going to draw all 3 of those. So now I have to count if I have some kind of win. So I have 5 buys only. So there is no win here. They have 5 Sacred Groves and a Baron now, so they have 6 buys. So I cannot touch the Sacred Grove pile, it looks like, this turn. I can take Barons, though, obviously. So probably to maximize my draw for next turn. Well, let me count my cards. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 24 cards. So I'm going to... I have 9, 10 things. 10 things that will draw if I don't. So charging the 2 silvers lets me guarantee draw next turn. So I'm probably going to do that. I could also go crazy and play this treasure hunter, but that seems a bit much. I don't think I could possibly draw through that much. All right, so the plan was to church 2 silvers, squirrel all of these, draw. So I can gain an estate here. Gain an estate here. 1 estate seems fine for the deck. I can always trash it next turn. And I don't want to gain that many silvers. Okay, I've got a lot of rats, so I'm certainly going to put training on rats here. And I think I'm going to buy 3 barons. I don't think that lowers the piles, and it gives me a significant estate pile out chance if they don't already have one. Yeah, because the Razes are going to be cheaper. I think just 3 barons and a turn. Yeah, so I think I may need to draw next turn. How many things did I squirrel? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I'm going to draw 25 cards. But I set aside 3. I think the treasure hunter gives me enough money potential to do some things, and I think I should have enough draw. Yeah. I had counted that out, but yeah. So I could play the treasure hunter potentially and do some crazy things. So now I've got 8 buys, and every one of those barons can gain an estate. So I have a pretty trivial pile out here on estates and whatever else I want to be. Sacred Groves, barons, razes, rats, even like menageries potentially. So they've got to find a win this turn. I don't think I left them a win. I mean, they could buy like 4 provinces. That doesn't seem insane. Next turn, I could probably buy 4 estates, 6 estates, a couple of provinces. At least I've got 7 rats, right? So the barons can discard the estates if I need some money, and that buys. Actually, discarding the estates and then drawing them back up again is slightly difficult. I did not see Forest's Gift there, unfortunately, which means Forest's Gift is still there. I saw River, Flame, and Sun, which are not particularly good for me. They help my opponent more than they helped me. But so they're likely to get the benefit, the ones that only benefit them. But just looking at my starting hand, I could play 4 barons, gain 4 estates, play 3 Sacred Groves, even without the boon. That gives me 18 money, and then I could buy 2 Sacred Groves, 2 estates, and I could play 2 rats to trash 2 things to empty the rats pile. So that pile at least is pretty simple. They may think they have a estate pile out here, or some kind of pile out as well on rats, Sacred Groves, estates. I guess I didn't count the estate. They could gain estates off the barons. They're going for it, looks like, so maybe they have it. I don't think I could have left. I mean, I didn't touch the estate. I guess I gained 1 estate that turn. I see no reason to take this guy's gift. It's not a particularly good one. Maybe they have calculated that they're going to get fields and forests. Sure. No reason not to take that. Sure. They've got enough buys now, enough money. Yeah, so... yeah, I mistracked my deck. I thought I had a silver, and I didn't. And I had to waste a whole turn buying silver. It was just a turn behind. If I had a silver in the deck instead of a Menagerie there, I would have bought a Sacred Grove and been a turn ahead. So that was a mistake on my part, and they capitalized on it, and they won the game. So we move on to game 3.